Okay. So we're talking today about the school questionnaire that would go out to staff. Mr. Cook and I are looking at about 60 questions in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different areas to try to narrow it down to about 10 questions that would go out to the staff to get an idea of school climate. And the point I was going to make as we started was there were some kind of key areas that I thought, and I wanted to get some feedback from you and kind of collaborate on what would be most helpful to you. And so the areas that I kind of marked off were the feedback and coaching area on the second page, the professional development area on the second page, the school climate on the third page, the school leadership on the fourth page, and the staff leadership relationship area on the last page. Those were the areas that I kind of narrowed down and thought might be the most important, but I really wanted to understand from you what would be most valuable to you.
Sure. I am very interested in the climate, especially being a new leader in this building.
Okay.
So there's a few questions there that I'm definitely looking at. First, you want to circle that one. I definitely am interested in that category.
So that would be kind of top priority.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're going to A, B, C, D it, that'll be in there for sure.
Okay.
I like school leadership. I'm interested in hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's too early or if it's the exact right time to do something like that, to hear what they think, because I've been with them in person for 2 months now, 2 full months.
Mm-hmm.
So is it too early for them to see what some of those things are developing, and will that give us good data or feedback? Or do we leave that alone because their leadership just totally changed? And what will they be basing it on? What they see right now, or what's gone on here for the last 10 years? Because that's the leader that they had in the building.
That's a valid point. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's the right time, but I am interested in it.
Okay. With this,
I want to hear about staff-family relationships for sure, because I want to see what my teachers think about our home and our community environment.
Okay. I think that's important. Actually, all of these I think are important, but it's so much. Yeah.
It's hard to narrow down what's a priority and what's not.
A lot of these questions are from a company that does this professionally, and I mean they had hundreds more questions, but I thought they were good questions.
Right. I really like those 2 categories because that'll tell me a lot about how people feel in this building, and then it will also tell me how people feel outside of our building and with our community and appearance, which is...
Now, would you be interested in the very first page? There's a section on belonging and how you see yourself fitting into the building. I don't know if that would be valuable to you or not.
I am interested in that.
Okay. I mean, that's probably enough to pull 10 questions, unless there's another area that...
I think if I had been here a year or 2, some of the others I would really want to know. Like one of the ones that I'm very interested in is some of that feedback and coaching with the evaluation and supervision piece, and the fact that the growth mindset.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in that because I want to know that. I want to know how my team thinks of themselves versus reality, and etc. How open they are to change. Really like the educating all students there, but when I saw that title, it's not, the questions aren't what I was thinking when I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
That title, I was thinking more about how we, which it does address it, but it doesn't directly.
Mm-hmm.
How we work to educate all students at all levels at all times, kind of thing.
Do you want to include that on there?
Let's look at belonging,
Okay.
faculty growth mindset. School climate,
Okay.
staff family relationships.
Got it.
Let's let that be our core.
Okay.
We have a lot of questions to choose from where we can narrow that down from there too.
Do you want to kind of just take one at a time and
Yeah.
sort of?
Want to start with belonging?
Yep. You can do that. How well do your colleagues at school understand you as a person? How connected do you feel to other adults at school? How much respect?
I think we can get rid of the bottom one because if
Okay.
we respect them, they're gonna spend time to understand them, right?
Okay.
No?
No, that's fine.
All right, let's do that. Those first two will start us off.
So keep those first two for now.
Yeah.
Okay. And then to the faculty growth mindset, right?
Yeah.
Okay. To what extent can teachers increase how much their most difficult students learn? How easily can a teacher change their instruction to match the needs of the class? To what extent can teachers improve their implementation of different teaching strategies? I kind of like that question. How much can teachers improve their classroom management? Over the course of a year, to what extent can teachers improve their clarity and explanations of challenging concepts? Is there any one of those that seems to be
I
essential?
like the bottom three a lot,
Okay.
and I like the first question a lot.
Okay. Let's keep those then.
Let's do that.
Okay. The next one was school climate.
Yep.
Okay. On most days, how enthusiastic are the students about school? How trusted, I'm saying that because I'm laughing at that because this is junior high.
Right.
How trusted are teachers to teach in the way that they think best? How positive are the attitudes of your colleagues? How important is professionalism at school? How supportive are students in their interactions with each other? How respectful are the relationships between teachers and students? I feel like that's kind of a strong question.
So the last three I've circled.
Okay.
How important to how respectful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Not the optimistic one.
The positive one?
How optimistic are you that your school will improve in the future? That's that last one.
That too.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
That put us at 10 right there.
Okay.
Do you think we should include that first one?
I mean, I think it speaks to how the staff view the students in the school.
Right.
You know, is that a reflection on the staff? I don't know. You know, is that somebody being honest? I think that question isn't the best question in the world. You know, and unless the goal of this was to understand how the teachers view the students.
Right.
You know, I think keeping those last four are just as
The way
good.
they view the kids is going to be a big
It is important.
indicator.
I kind of like the last four. I'm good leaving that off, but if you want it, we can put it in.
Last two on the next
Sure.
page.
So staff-family relationships. How friendly are your school's families toward you? How often do you meet in person with families of students? When you face challenges with particular students, how supportive are their families? I feel like 1 and 2 or 3 there are similar questions. They're not the same, but they're similar. And then how much do you trust
Yeah,
that?
let's do the third one.
Okay. And then how much do you trust that the parents in your school will treat you fairly?
I'm interested in the second one too.
Okay. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And then at your school, how respectful are parents toward you? How challenging is it to communicate with
I
families?
want to answer that one too.
That last one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean that's 3 there. Are there other ones? I don't know. I think I'm good with those 3.
I like it. I think we got a survey to start from here.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.